Welcome back to Limitless Mentality, where we discuss profound psychological truths to help you improve your life. Today, we're diving into 10 ancient philosophy lessons that still hold power today. These are timeless ideas that have guided people for thousands of years, and they're just as relevant now as they were back then. If you've ever felt like modern life is overwhelming, chaotic, or just missing something, these lessons might be exactly what you need. Number 1. Know thyself. This simple phrase was carved into the walls of the Temple of Apollo in ancient Greece, and it was the cornerstone of Socratic thinking. Know thyself sounds basic, but most people go their entire lives without really understanding who they are. We get caught up in careers, relationships, trends, and distractions, all while ignoring the deeper question: what do I truly value? Self-awareness is more than knowing your favorite color or personality type. It's about understanding your fears, your patterns, and your deeper motivations. When you really know yourself, you stop living reactively. You start making choices that actually reflect who you are instead of who the world wants you to be. Number 2. Memento Mori. This Latin phrase means remember you must die, and it was a guiding principle for the Stoics. At first glance, it sounds dark or even depressing, but the purpose isn't to scare you, it's to free you. When you keep your mortality in mind, you start living more intentionally. You stop wasting time on petty arguments or mindless distractions. You realize that life is short, and every moment actually matters. Instead of fearing death, Stoics use this reminder to live fully, without regret. It's not about being morbid, it's about being awake. Number 3. The obstacle is the way. This lesson comes straight from Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher. He believed that obstacles aren't just things to avoid or push through. They're actually the path to growth. When something blocks your way, it's not the end. It's a chance to adapt, improve, and rise. Most people get discouraged when life gets hard. But Marcus saw setbacks as fuel for progress. Whether you're dealing with failure, rejection, or uncertainty, the challenge itself becomes your teacher. That shift in mindset can change everything. Number 4. Virtue is the only good. In ancient philosophy, especially in Stoicism, virtue wasn't just about being a good person in a moral sense. It meant living in alignment with your highest values. Things like wealth, pleasure, and success weren't considered good or bad. They were neutral. The only thing that really mattered was your character. Are you honest, courageous, disciplined, wise? These were the real measures of a good life. And unlike external rewards, virtue is something you can control no matter what's happening around you. Number 5. Everything is change. Heraclitus, a pre-Socratic philosopher, said that you cannot step into the same river twice. Why? Because both you and the river are constantly changing. This insight is both comforting and challenging. On one hand, it reminds us that pain and struggle won't last forever. On the other hand, it forces us to let go of our need for certainty. If everything is in flux, then clinging to the past or fearing the future only creates suffering. Learning to flow with change, not resist it, is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. Number 6. Eudaimonia over pleasure. The Greek word eudaimonia roughly translates to human flourishing or a fulfilled life. Unlike fleeting pleasure, Eudaimonia is about long-term meaning, purpose, and inner peace. Philosophers like Aristotle believe that real happiness doesn't come from chasing comfort. It comes from living a life that expresses your full potential. That means facing challenges, making sacrifices, and becoming the kind of person you admire. If you chase pleasure, you'll never feel satisfied. But if you pursue growth, you'll build a life that actually feels worthwhile. Number 7. Control what you can. Accept what you can't. This lesson comes from Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who was born a slave and later became a teacher of wisdom. He taught that most of our suffering comes from trying to control things we can't, like other people's opinions, the past, or external events. What we can control is our mindset, our choices, and our reactions. When you focus only on what's in your power, you regain your peace. It's not about being passive. It's about putting your energy where it actually counts. Number 8. Live according to nature. To the Stoics, living according to nature didn't mean hugging trees or moving to the woods. It meant living in alignment with human nature, our capacity for reason, cooperation, and virtue. We're not meant to be driven only by desire or emotion. We're meant to live thoughtfully, ethically, and with a sense of purpose. When you go against your own nature, by lying, blaming, or chasing status, you create internal conflict. But when your actions match your values, you feel calm and grounded. That's living in harmony. Number 9. Question everything. Socrates was famous for asking questions, not because he had all the answers, but because he knew that most people blindly accept what they're told. He challenged assumptions and encouraged deep thinking. That's the foundation of critical thinking. In a world filled with opinions, noise, and half-truths, this lesson is more important than ever. Don't just accept things because they're popular or come from authority. Ask yourself, is this really true? Does this align with what I believe? Questioning isn't about being cynical. It's about seeking truth. Number 10. Inner calm is the goal. Many ancient philosophies, including Stoicism and Epicureanism, pointed toward a state called ataraxia, a kind of deep, unshakable peace. It doesn't mean you never feel anything. It means you're not ruled by your emotions. You're calm even when things go wrong. You're centered even in chaos. Today, we chase success, attention, and dopamine. But what most of us actually crave is this sense of inner stillness. And it doesn't come from doing more. It comes from detaching from the things you can't control and finding contentment within. The wisdom of ancient philosophy wasn't about sounding smart or complicated. It was about living better, more intentionally, more truthfully, and with more inner strength. These ideas have lasted for thousands of years because they speak to something universal in all of us. In a fast-paced world full of distractions, sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is return to the basics and ask yourself, what really matters? Which of these ancient lessons hit you the hardest today? Or is there one you have already tried to live by? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective. If you found this video helpful, subscribe for more eye-opening insights. Until next time, keep striving, keep growing, and stay limitless.